Hey everybody, welcome back to Software Gore. Make sure you check out our sponsor, the like button down below the video. Click it to make sure it's working and there's no software gore going on with it. Make sure when you click it, it adds 1 like to the total amount of likes on the video. So, do the like button a favor. And also while you're down there below the video, check the link to the Sparkle Shorts channel in the description and make sure the subscribe button is working. It doesn't work for me because I'm not logged in here, but you should test it yourself too. And sub if you're not already, because more people are watching. It's cool. Sparkle Shorts stonks. Get in on the ground floor, dude. All right, let's start off with number 19. Good old Fallout 4. It is a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland kind of game. So the idea that you might just be a pair of floating eyeballs and everything else is gone is kind of on brand. And you know what the really nice thing would be? If you were just a pair of floating eyeballs, none of the other characters that you would interact with, they wouldn't judge you based on that. They wouldn't comment on the fact that, whoa, where's the rest of your head, dude? Are you just floating eyeballs? They wouldn't say a word. They just accept it and then go on to either be good or bad guys. They might still be awful, but they wouldn't judge you based on the fact that you're floating eyeballs. And that's really nice. Filled with water. Well, you see, the thing is, this isn't Minecraft, and when they were making this, they were like, okay, what's really popular games that have a fill with water mechanic? Well, Minecraft is a big one, right? You can fill your bucket with water, dump it out, or milk, what have you, but that's a right-click interaction. This here is a left-click. They really got to drill it into your head that it's not a right-click, because right-click in this game actually just deletes the item from your inventory, so it really just ran out of keybinds to use, so they went with right-click on that. So they really want to make it so you don't lose your water or whatever you're trying to fill. So that's why. Makes sense. I don't think that's my AK skin. Oh no, dude, that's like the super mega jackpot Counter-Strike lotto skin, dude. People would gamble so much money to get that skin on a Counter-Strike gambling site. Counter-Strike gambling sites still operate? Is this still a thing? It must be a thing in some places and they haven't gotten cease and desist from Valve or something yet, but yeah, dude, I mean, that's mega. That was actually what happened there, is that was a skin and it got caught up in one of the sites that got shut down. And so when the site shut down, the code was corrupted and it turned into a skin for a gun. It's you could sell that on the black market for millions of dollars right there. Those bad piggies are having layering problems. It's just, okay, it has nothing to do with what's actually going on here. But ever since someone pointed it out, I can't unsee the fact that the rear end of a Ford GT has a striking resemblance to the Angry Birds pig. It does. It's the taillights and the exhaust. Just come on, overlay the image. Just do it. Just overlay the image on the screen. But it's okay, because when it's like this and the layering is wrong, and other than this middle image, it doesn't have to remind me of that fact. It's still very pretty, but it also, you think about it and you're like, oh no, I envy the people who haven't had that reference made to them, because they still get to not think about that. Unbelievable. I don't like you, whoever pointed that out at one point, and it's multiple times that I've seen it now. Stop pointing it out, okay? Days gone, literally. Just the entire world is turning into a black hole. Does it remain a black hole if it's turned into a black hole, or does it reset? Okay, it looks like every time you turn around, it resets. Okay, you gotta outrun it. It's like an avalanche of darkness. I assume that the collision boxes of the world, they're still there. So you could still drive into a tree, you just wouldn't be able to see the thing, but it still has the hitbox, just isn't rendering. I think you might need to check on your graphics card though, which is actually probably a fruitless effort. Try to update your drivers. If it's still not working, you might just be out of luck, because good luck getting a graphics card these days. Bro, I wanted to order a new PC. I did. I had the order all queued up, ready to go, and I order it from a site that usually I'm able to do local pickup because their warehouse is in the LA area. And I couldn't find that option in the checkout. And so I emailed them. I'm like, hey, just asking. I know there was the crown going on for the last year. Are you guys offering any local pickup now that things are getting better? Vaccines are happening. They're like, nope. I'm like, okay, well, I don't really trust sending a pre-built computer through the mail, because I bet that they play sports ball with it for fun while it's in between getting transferred from one vehicle to the other. So I guess I'm not getting a PC because I can't find a graphics card otherwise. And I'd like to upgrade. Sure, I could take it out of my current PC and put it in a new one, but if I'm going through the whole getting a brand new thing, I might as well just go for a 3000 series, right? But good luck finding one. Man, oh man. Behold, as this calc is speaking the language of the gods. It's just overlaying the two different screens on each other, right? Like you have the scientific calculator and then you have just the basic calculator, and it just smacked them all on top of each other. I didn't know until far too long that you can like turn your phone sideways and it gives you the scientific calculator and the functions that go with that. Oh my God, that was so revolutionary. And then I realized that's cool and all, but I don't do math anymore. I just add and subtract every now and again, and that's about it. Man, really wasted all those years of academy training for calculus. And then I thought I was good at calculus in high school. I thought I'd continue into university. And then before I dropped out, I got presented with differential equations, and I was like, wasn't I good at this at one point? What the frick happened here? This is not okay. The last update kind of messed with my phone. That's terrifying. I hope that a restart fixes it, but if it doesn't, oh God, that's not something you want to see. What do you do that? Bro, my phone's home screen was just shaking, and it's not because I was moving some of the apps around. I think you might need a new phone. Have you tried turning it on and off again? If you have, imagine trying to explain that to customer service without being like able to show them a video. You're like, my home screen, it's shaking. It's like there's an earthquake, and also like there's multiple icons overlaying each other, and it's like there's two screens on top of each other and they're shaking. Tech support's like, all right, what do you mean? Can you elaborate? I don't know how to elaborate on this issue. Please help. What did I do? You high-fived your computer. That's what you did. You clicked with the hand thing, and then your computer was like, right? It hit you with a high five from the other side. That'd be really cool. If like you did a click and your computer was like, hey, and it responded to it somehow. It probably wouldn't be that cool, to be honest, but that's what happened there. Either that or it's just like the hand just did like a ground pound maneuver and just created a crater on your monitor. How did this even happen? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how this happened. Is it just that window though? It's just that window that's like diagonally kind of mirrored. It doesn't look like the rest of your machine, at least. Huh. You're like, what do you do when the drivers themselves are the thing that messes up? How do you fix that? I'm so scared of my computer messing up on me. More than obviously it already does by just having my processor being kind of behind the times right now, but I'm just like, I can't fully build another one because graphics cards are just, I guess I need to get a bot set up, and then I'm part of the problem as to why nobody can get graphics cards. But I guess if everybody in order to get graphics cards has to get a bot, like that's the new norm, right? Or you have to pay someone over MSRP who bought 50 of them and is scalping them, or I hate it here. You can't change the owner of this item. This is soul-bound to you. I'm sorry, but this Google Doc, I mean, this would be what happened if I tried to change the owner of my to-do list Google Doc that runs my entire life. I would not be able to operate without my to-do list Google Doc. I would be ruined. It has everything I need to know about what I need to do and when. And if I ever tried to assign that to someone else, Google would probably do this. It'd be like, no, you need this in your life. Why are you trying to get rid of it? This is you. Literally, it is. This is more you than you are at this point. You would not be you without this, so it basically is you. Old laptop didn't like seeing me get rickrolled. The old laptop's sick and tired of your short internet. How do you keep falling for them, okay? It's like at this point, you've had 15 years to figure this out, and you're still getting rickrolled? At this point, the laptop just wants to end it all. France and the UK now share a border. I mean, but they kind of do. Not actually something you can walk across, but they are the closest together, you know? Well, as far as, no, okay. Obviously, you have like, I don't know actually, what? I'm gonna sound like an idiot who really doesn't know geography, but this map isn't really helping. Because Ireland is, like, it is separate. I just don't know if it's closer than, how long is the channel between England and France? Oh God, I just seem like an idiot right now. I'm sorry. This is bad, but also I don't really travel too much. So, this is on me. This is on me. But the UK and France, they're pretty close. You just have to take a train underneath, or fly, I guess. But, you know, you take the train right underneath. That's still so cool to me that you can actually just There's a train that just goes underneath the ocean and connects the UK with France. I mean, that's just so cool. I'm trying to think of other places. Is there anything in the US that is like that? No, there really isn't. I mean, I guess you have tunnels that go, they like connect Manhattan with adjacent boroughs in New Jersey and stuff, but that's not as big of a gap as the channel between England and France. So I just think that's really cool. I love the way the old iPad icons look. I think this is just planned obsolescence at this point. Like, what are you doing still on this thing? This is the first gen iPad. You expect anything still to have support? This hasn't been updated in what? When did the first iPad come out? Is it soon after the first iPhone? Because the first iPhone was when I was like sophomore in high school, so that would have been like 2008, right? It's like 13 years ago. So around 13 years ago, probably, for this. Yeah, it's old. It's missed a few updates and doesn't even know where to retrieve things from anymore. And then go to settings. And then the rest is up to you. You like a good puzzle, right? You don't like reading the instruction manual. You want to figure this out yourself. It's totally me though. I know that I could Google something and figure out the answer in like 2 seconds, but I'm too lazy to do that. Instead, let me spend 10 minutes trying to figure out how to do it myself. This is way more productive. I don't think I'm getting my delivery today. Delivery on its way. He's on drop 1, you're delivery number 13. All right, well, they just gotta skip around a few islands over there, and they'll make it to you by the end of the day. They've actually got a Concorde, and they're just gonna be making a few hops and skips, and then hope you got a runway in front of your house, because that's the only way it's making it to you on time. But man, will that be pretty dramatic when it happens. Or they'll just toss it out of the plane or toss a drone out, and that'd be really cool, actually. Yeah, drone delivery. Really fast drone delivery. It just works seamlessly. Just disappeared. I mean, I thought that thing was, I've never used this thing, but it seemed pretty nifty when it was announced. But there are issues every now and again, but it was like, oh, it's kind of cool having buttons that adapt to whatever program you're using. It's kind of a smart idea, but I get sometimes possibly more trouble than it's worth. Maybe. Why does it keep disappearing? It just runs away from you whenever you hit the arrow, and it's like, okay, I'm leaving now. You hit the arrow, you told me to go. I'll see you later. Earth, wind, and a chance of scattered showers. This weather reporter got caught in an on-air graphics error that multiplied her across the screen. See what they did is they pointed the camera at the display screen while she was on there. Everyone's done this before when they've streamed, okay? I have an old video on YouTube that's like this, all right? How are they just learning about this? They're late to the party. Traditional media, late to these technical glitches that aren't even really a glitch because it's just point the camera at the preview window. Always good fun though. This planetarium's computer crashed. This is actually what the simulation looks like when you encounter a bug. Yeah, obviously there's supposed to be planets and stuff like that in the night sky, but really when the whole simulation collapses, all we'll see is just blue screen. Actually, the reason why the sky is blue is because there's so much data that's being processed these days by the simulation that it's on the verge of a blue screen all the time, but it's just holding out. But that's why the sky is blue. And the top for the last month, Tesla glitchy stoplights. Don't they have video games in the Tesla Center console, right? So this is one. You got to collect all the stoplights or crash into them or avoid them. This is why, okay, oh my God. This is why self-driving cars are so much further away, I think, than most people realize. Because whoever would have predicted this edge case? Where you're driving behind the truck that transports stoplights and they package them that way so that it's a stoplight. And now knowing this is a thing, some YouTuber is gonna be like, Tesla stoplight prank, and they're gonna mount an actual red stoplight on the back of their car and go changing lanes in front of Teslas, and the Teslas are gonna just slam on the brakes automatically on the freeway. Be like, where'd that stoplight come from? And then they're gonna go to jail, but it's gonna expose a critical weakness in the whole self-driving car situation ecosystem. Oh no. Like, who would ever, never in a million years when any of the engineers have predicted this one, they're like, oh no. I wonder if the self-driving car engineers that companies like Tesla, like how often they see an edge case that they're like, oh, this is nightmare. We're doomed. Okay, well, that's one of my favorites that I've ever seen. Oh my God. Okay, well, thanks for watching this month of Software Gore. Make sure to like the video. If you liked, again, make sure it's working properly. Sub to the Sparkle Shorts channel. Also sub to this channel, and hit the bell, turn on notifications. Check the playlist in the description if you want to catch any more Software Gore, or you can just click the end screen over here and catch it that way. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.